These are my thoughts from a place called VidCon. One of the things that astonished me about VidCon right away was the incredible sense of community that was everywhere. And I've never been anywhere before in my life where people were just so friendly right off the bat, across the board. As soon as you met them, you started talking. What's your name? Where are you from? What kind of videos do you like? What do you make videos? What's your channel called? And I think a lot of that friendliness came from the fact that I think the majority of people there were really networked. But all of that just made me feel like there was this big group of people who had been waiting for me all along just to get there and join in. You know, and to go along with the community aspect, it was like there was a whole brand new culture there at VidCon. There was a whole set of things that were socially acceptable at VidCon that really aren't socially acceptable anywhere else. At VidCon, it is socially acceptable to have your phone out all the time. You can always be tweeting because probably you're tweeting whatever cool thing just got said, and you know, the panel that you're sitting there listening to, the speakers are not going to take offense to you having your phone out constantly. It was socially acceptable to walk up to somebody and say, "I watch you on the internet," and then give them a hug. Don't do that in everyday life. I try to avoid that. And also, of course, it was socially acceptable to have your video camera out everywhere you went. It was hard not to get in the way of people's videos. For example, on Friday afternoon, my friend and I were just sitting outside, and then this happened.
Action!
Right! Where's my Beckerman? What are you doing?
We're brothers! We're brothers!
I had my camera set to video so much that I would forget to turn it back to the photo setting when I wanted to take a photo.
That's the video.
Is it on video? That was Tylen and Paul and Tel from the Piano Guys. They're the behind the scenes guys on the Piano Guys videos. And I went up to ask if I could take a picture with them to make a couple friends of mine who were at home really jealous. And then we just started talking to them. And we talked and talked for well over an hour. And I felt like I had known them for ages, and we'd literally just met. I've heard some people say that there are only so many programs that ever happen at VidCon, and then after that it's kind of a repeat and a repeat. Well, it was my first time at VidCon, and I thought the programming was outstanding. It was a little frustrating not being able to get into some of the things that I wanted to get into because the rooms would fill up so fast. But one of my favorite things I went to was the Women on YouTube panel, which was so fascinating that I just didn't even take any video of it. But I knew most of the YouTubers who were on that panel, and I really admire their videos and I respect a lot of what they've done on the internet. And it was really interesting to hear them talk about how they're perceived as women making videos and the kind of, you know, outside things that they have to deal with that a lot of men don't have to deal with. And it was fascinating. That was an incredible panel. And then the other really awesome formal panel that I went to was the Saturday panel about education on YouTube. One of the things that they talked about at the education panel that was most interesting to me was talking about how to teach people how to think.
I mean, I think there are 2 points. One is to learn how to think about stuff, but the other equally important thing is to learn what to think about. So there's a lot of uninteresting things to think about, like Kim Kardashian, and we have to make a decision what to think about, and that's our decision to make every nanosecond of every day. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's our decision, and sometimes it doesn't feel like we're free to choose what we think about, but we are.
And especially in mathematics, you should get to the point where you kind of know enough concepts that now, instead of all these equations being different facts, they're also just as easy as adding 1 to any number, and now they're all the same one mathematical way of thinking. So if I can teach people how to think mathematically, they don't need to know an infinite amount of information because they can figure out anything they want to know.
And I also went to the Gregory Brothers Q&A, which was really a lot of fun. And the guys from the Key of Awesome showed up and asked the Gregory Brothers to film a little jingle for them spur of the moment, which we all got to help with.
Do it together. What we're gonna do is we're gonna count to 3. Everybody's gonna be looking at us, and we'll say 1, 2, 3. And then on go, everyone's going to turn around furiously, staring at Todd, as if you didn't know he was there, but everyone thought of it at the exact same second and discovered him. And you're going to turn around all at the same time, and we're all going to go, YouTube is awesome. Do this a couple times. Right? 1, 2, 3.
YouTube is
I feel like that was a success on the first try.
I finally got to catch a guerrilla acoustic show by Alex Carpenter and Jimmy Wong and Jason Monday. They just kind of took over the whole courtyard and we had a great time.
My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Gotta save our friends, so I jump in the X-Wing. Say to R2, we're going to Dagobah to find Master Yoda. What if Pottermore swords be in the wrong house? I don't know what I would do. What if Pottermore swords be in the wrong house? I think I'd freak out and so would you.
And everywhere you went at VidCon, you just saw people having so much fun. It was like the entire con was designed to give people the best weekend of their lives, which really is how you should do a con, if you think about it.
That's a castle! I can't get up.
I said more than once before the con that I just wanted to go to VidCon once to have the experience. I wasn't going to try to go every year like I do with LeakyCon. But I was so wrong. To put it succinctly, VidCon made me want to happy dance everywhere I went.